Man, you can't make this up, man. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And Napelton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram up there at Arlington Heights is reaching out to other YouTubers and Rumble people and other stuff to try to get these Petty Roosevelt videos taken down. But see, the difference is I'm only speaking facts. Before we get into today's video, guys, I got to talk about the sponsors here at the channel, and that is Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan in 2023 handled over 20 million phone calls. Just to understand how insane that is ridiculous. When you're going up against massive insurance companies that have endless amounts of money, or FU money as I like to call it, you need somebody that can also say FU and have that FU money to be able to stand behind you. Morgan & Morgan has that. That's why they have the whole moniker and the pun of size matters, because size does matter when you're going against the massive insurance companies. You can get started today in 8 clicks or less directly from one of these smartphone thingies by going to forthepeople.com/TK's Garage. Again, that is forthepeople.com/TK's Garage. And I appreciate them for allowing me to do what I do. All right. So we're getting directly into the dumb shit today. And listen, I was over here. I wasn't on the iPhone. I was on the Samsung, and I got a message in from Sean, aka Esor World, who's now over on Rumble. You can find him over on Rumble. And basically, you know, we did the video about Napelton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Arlington Heights using customers' personal information to open SiriusXM accounts, shit like that. And here's the thing. The general manager is contacting Sean and saying, this is all a lie. We would never do that, this, that, and the other. Well, you haven't responded to the customer's review. You respond to all the other reviews, right? But you didn't respond to the customer's review that specifically said that you stole her personal information and opened an account in their name. It doesn't surprise me that you didn't respond to that, because that would be illegal. So, needless to say, without further ado, what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to clip in. I already talked to Sean. He was like, yeah, he goes, put the video in here, because I want you guys to see it. You know, Sean doesn't really do videos over here on YouTube anymore, so I want to make sure you guys see this. So we're going to clip it. I'm going to drop it in here so you can see it, because if I told you about it, you'd be like, no way, this cannot be real. Roll it.
Finally, I took the feature off of my phone and I waited for the number to call back, and they did. So I answered the phone, and it was Matt, which is the general manager for Napelton, Arlington Heights, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And it was kind of a weird call. He's like, hey, is this Mr. and said my last name. And yeah. He goes, I don't know if you remember me. He goes, I'm the general manager from Napelton, Arlington Heights. You know, you purchased your 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee from us, and was just calling to check and see how everything's doing with that vehicle. Well, I haven't had that vehicle in, I don't know, 6 months. He goes, oh, well, what happened? So then I told him, I said, well, you guys watch my YouTube channel. I'm sure you guys seen that I traded it in, did you not? And he says, well, he goes, you know, the salesman that helped you is no longer with us. It was a young kid. He says he's no longer here. So he goes, I don't personally watch your channel. I know he did, but he goes, no, we were unaware that you got rid of it. He goes, okay, well, we'll mark it in the system that it's been, you know, traded in, and we won't bother you about the Jeep anymore. I said, okay. He goes, by the way, he says, wondering if you could help us out with something. I said, okay, well, what is that? He says, well, he goes, I remember when you were in here, you're good friends with a YouTuber by the name of TK's Garage. Yeah. He says, well, he's been posting a lot of content and videos about our dealership, painting us in an ill fashion and talking negatively about us along with a bunch of other YouTubers. He says, I wonder if you could help us get him to stop. I said, how do you want me to do that? He says, well, he's a good friend of yours, right? Can you not talk to him and ask him, to please stop posting these videos? He says, let him know that you had a good experience here and, to please stop posting these type of videos. So then I said to him, I said, let me get this right. You pretend to call to talk to me about the 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee that I purchased from you guys, which I don't have. You just told on yourself that you must watch my channel because you know that I'm still friends with TK. And you're calling me, asking me to get him to stop posting videos about your business. Doesn't work like that. So then he proceeds to tell on himself a little bit more, and he tells me, he says, well, I know you have a 2018 Dodge Grand Cherokee, Jesus, a Dodge Grand Caravan, and he says, if I'm not mistaken, you're having issues with it overheating. He goes, how about we make it beneficial for you? You can bring your van in, we'll fix your van free of charge if you can get him to take these videos down and stop posting about us. I told him, I said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I don't know what you want me to do. So then we proceeded to have a long conversation, and I tried to, he called on this phone. This is a Obama phone, little cheap Android phone that doesn't work for shit. And so I tried to record our call, but this phone doesn't have enough memory to record videos. So I was SOL on that. But we proceed to talk for a little bit, and he tells me, he says, yeah, he goes, he's out there putting out false videos and lies about us and saying that we are scamming our customers and doing this and doing that. And I guess, and I'm gonna be real honest with you guys, I've been so busy over the past week, I have not had an opportunity to watch any of TK's videos about this dealership and about some other ones that I've seen pop up on my timeline that he's posted. After I post this video, I am going to go back and watch them, but I wanted to get this video out first, and I also need to call TK and let him know that this video is coming out because I have not even had the opportunity to call him and let him know about this video. And I'm sorry I keep looking down, but there's a lot of stuff going on underneath my window. Anyway, so we talk a little bit, whatnot, and he keeps telling on himself. He keeps basically letting me know that he had been watching my channel. So then he brings up the fact that I had posted a video back a couple weeks ago when TK started and was talking badly about it, and talked about how I had mentioned about the titling issue and so forth and so on. And he tried to repair that broken relationship as well, and gave excuses, and these are all bullshit excuses that he had given me in the past. So the excuses just went right over the top of my head. I didn't care. So he just keeps on. He just keeps on mentioning the videos about the ones that TK had put out and asking me if I would please see what I could do to have them removed and see if I could help him get TK to take down the videos. He claimed that, this is how far, he's went. He went as far as to say that TK has never reached out to the dealership. TK and I, like I've told you, we talk all the time, and I believe anything that TK tells me, and TK told me that he has spoken to several representatives from this dealership, and I believe that because TK is that type of person that when there's an issue, he's going to confront it. He may make a bunch of videos about it, but he's going to confront you about it. And so, as soon as Matt told me that, I knew that was a lie. Then he went on to say that, he made a video saying that Napelton employees was using people's personal information to open accounts under their name, and he said that's a lie, that TK made that up and whatever. So basically, long story short, I wanted to make this video because I wanted you guys to know how petty Napleton, Arlington Heights, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram is, in that they are reaching out now to me thinking that we had like this great working relationship with one another. I can't stand their asses either. And I'll tell you guys the same thing that TK has been telling you guys and all these other YouTubers have been telling you guys. Avoid Napleton Automotive Group completely. Not just the Arlington Heights location, but every one of the Arlington Heights, or all of the Napleton dealerships. I would avoid them because they are all the same. Now, here's another piece of information. I was waiting for TK to do a video on this. I gave him the information last week, but I haven't seen him do a video on it, or if he did do a video on it, I haven't watched it yet. Last week, I was at the Dodge dealership on Western and Peterson here in the city of Chicago. And I took a neighbor of mine in. Her and her son were looking for a new vehicle. So I took them in. Well, when I got in there, one of the salesmen recognized me. Again, I'm always baffled and shocked when somebody recognizes me. But they recognized me and they started talking to me. And they knew as well that I was friends with TK. And he mentioned, he says, yeah, he goes, your boy's been slamming my old job. I said, where's your old job? And, you know, I'm not even thinking about, you know, Napleton or anybody else. And he says, oh, Napleton, Arlington Heights, I used to be a sales manager over there. I said, oh, cool story, bro. So then he goes on to tell me, I guess thinking that I wouldn't say anything, or maybe he knew that I would say something and didn't care. He goes on to tell me, he says, I was actually good friends with the son that owns Napleton. And he says that whole family's corrupt. I said, well, how so? He said, you know how they got in trouble, or one of them got in trouble here in the city of Chicago, and nothing happened, nothing, you know, became of it. He says, well, it's because one of the judges in the city of Chicago and one of the Napleton family members own a club in downtown Chicago together. So that's, you know, their conflict of interest. There you go. Why was it that hard for me to think of that word? So yeah, so that's like a conflict of interest, I would think. The judge and the owners of Napleton own a business together in a city that the sitting judge resides over. I don't know how that's possible, but whatever. But anyway, they're telling me basically that Napletons have been getting off with a lot of stuff here in Illinois and the city of Chicago and stuff like that because of this working relationship that they have with the sitting judge. Then we were mentioning, and I was talking to them about where the son of the owners down in Florida got in trouble for a underage minor. And he told me, he says, yeah, and he bragged about it to me because he's apparently really good friends with the guy. And he says, yeah, he bragged about it. He talked about how he, her, and there was nothing that was going to happen to him because they got money. He even went on to tell me about how the Napletons will take their private helicopter and will fly over the dealerships and just hover over the dealerships to watch what's going on at their dealership that day. He said they have stupid money. And the other thing he was telling me was, I don't remember if he said for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, but one of those holidays, the Napletons will spend thousands, and he said like anywhere from like $10,000 to $15,000 to have food flown in from other parts of the country for them for appreciation for either Christmas or Thanksgiving. Again, I don't remember which one it was, but he said they spend tens of thousands of dollars for these events at each one of the dealerships, and they'll do it at every dealership that they have. They've got 53 dealerships in the United States, by the way. So this is the type of people that we're dealing with. You know, they're shady as hell. They can't be trusted. You've got the general managers reaching out to other people that's done business with them that they think will help them out and try to get them to, contact other YouTubers to stop posting videos. Why they reached out to me, I have no idea, because, they should have known from the videos that I put out that I'm just as petty as TK is. The only difference is my YouTube channel is no longer monetized, so I don't give a damn about posting anything. And yes, these will be posted over on Rumble as well, which is probably where you're watching this full-length video now. But here's the thing, guys. If you're a business and I have done a video about you, or my friend has done a video about you, don't reach out to me and ask for help, because I'm not going to help you. You guys have never done me any favors. I'm not going to do y'all any favors. I'm going to tell you.
So, not only do these son of a bitches try to get a friend of mine to try to talk to me to take down videos, because I'm sure the general manager there is feeling some heat because their staff, either the general manager is fucking up directly or their staff. And I'm sure the Napelton family's calling and going, bro, we got to get these videos down. You got to stop with this bullshit. Now, don't get it twisted. They have FU money just like me. If they really wanted to nail me, they could sue me. The difference is I haven't done anything or haven't posted anything that's not factual. Everything that I've talked about with them, I can prove. And they don't want to go through that discovery process. I can guarantee you that shit. And, it's not a secret that I have some massive attorneys and companies of attorneys that back this channel. So, needless to say, I thought it was funny. They try to bribe Sean and say, hey, bring your van in. We'll fix it for you free of charge if I take my videos down. I'm sorry. Petty Roosevelt does not work that way. Unfortunately, when the monocle comes out, you're fucked. You could have prevented all of this bad press for your auto group, us digging into past stuff, making your entire auto group, because that's what it is. The Napelton family's like, you're making the entire auto group look like shit, and it's because you dumbasses in auto tights. I'm not dumb. I'm sure that's how the email or phone call conversation went with corporate and them. No secret. That said, you could have made this you could have fixed this. You could have made this all go away, but you were more focused on making an extra 5, 10, or 20 grand off of a King Daytona that you've had on your lot for almost 300 days. When OC Motivator hit you up and said he wanted to buy that car, and after you got the initial backlash when OC Motivator posted his video about you, you could have resolved that, knowing that I'm sure you did some research and saw all of the dealers. I'm at 5 general managers that we've had fired since I've started doing this now. 5 general managers, 14 sales managers, and a bunch of other finance and whatever people, just from exposing and doing these kind of videos. I'm going to continue to do that shit. So if you're the general manager at Napelton and Arlington Heights, yeah, I'd be worried about my job, because more than likely the Napletons are going to get tired of seeing this shit and they're going to fire your ass. Plain and simple. But that's not my intention or goal. My goal is to stop the scumbag shit. And evidently, the scumbag shit continues to happen, not just at your dealership in Arlington Heights, but at multiple ones. Oh, and TK never called here. Bullshit. You see, the difference is I keep a record of all of the calls in the event that your owners decide to get froggy and eventually try to sue me. So, oh yes, I have recorded calls. I have timestamps of the calls when I called and when I asked about things. I'm not stupid. I make sure I cover all of my bases before I come for somebody's neck. I'm not dumb. Same way when I go put dicks on somebody's building or do any of that, I research the laws in that state so I know what my liability is before I go in. Found out in Illinois, by the way, that there is an awesome handbill law. I could come up to that dealership and put dicks all over the outside of that dealership and just put my company's name on each one of those, and that would probably be legal because I'm not doing any damage there. I'm just passing out handbills. Boom. Boom. But that said, I feel that would give you more positive press than negative press. You know, I don't need to have you on the front page of the Wall Street Journal for doing that, as I've done before. But what I would like to do here is teach you a lesson. And that lesson is fuck around and find out. When you think somebody is irrelevant or can't hurt your business, every customer that walks in the door of your fucking dealership, you should, one, treat like gold, and two, be scared to death that if I fuck this customer over, I have to say over because we know about the owners of your dealership who may actually try to fuck a customer. I don't know. But when a customer comes in, if you fuck them over, it could cost you your job. If every general manager knew that, they would be on top of their finance people. I'm not saying you don't make money as a dealer. I understand how to get 1% or 2% on the back end interest-wise on a deal. I'm a fucking car dealer. I know how this works. There's a difference between that and going outside of the state max, outside of what you legally maximum can get on deals. And if you're wondering, what am I talking about? If you don't think that I haven't had customers sending me deal paperwork, I've already gone over the laws in your state in Illinois as a dealer. Some of these deals that you've done are flat out illegal. So, you know, I'm literally turning your customers on to counsel, right? That's where I'm at this point, because you just got slapped with a almost $10 million fine for the racist shit you were doing last year or year before last. Granted, we're just starting in 2024, but in 2022, you got slapped with almost $10 million, $9.8 million fine by the FTC. And that's just the cost of doing business for you scumbags. I know. I don't care. So since $10 million is nothing for you, since $10 million is nothing, that's just it's the cost of doing business. It's my goal to cost you a lot more. It would be awesome to see Dodge pull their fucking brand away from that entire auto group. That's my goal at this point. With the way you're treating customers, doing bad deals, overinflating interest rates, which interest rates are already fucking high. So to even fuck over a customer more, it's just a dick move, right? There's all kinds of shit I haven't done videos about on you yet because I'm still verifying some of these deals. I'm verifying forged signatures on shit. You guys are doing Greensboro shit, spelling a customer's name wrong and signing it incorrectly. Oh. When I get through verifying all of this shit and start publishing this shit, y'all are done. The GM over there that's calling my friends or messaging people that may have done business with them in the past and asking them for me to stop coming for you, that's not ever going to happen. Until you guys come out and publicly apologize for your fuck up on your sale prices that you're posting on your website where you're clearly were wrong. And until you make right the customers that have already posted in reviews, which I've started recently, where you took somebody's personal information and opened accounts without their permission. Now, whether or not that's directly your fault as a general manager, and I'm speaking to you, or other people at your dealership, you as the general manager have the responsibility to rein your fucking people in. And if it's somebody at the service department that did that, you need to fire them immediately and publicly state that you fired them. Post it on your Facebook page, whatever. That's it. Until I see that shit, until I see that you are actually making an effort to make that shit right, I'm never stopping roasting your ass. Not happening. Period. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think it's fucking hilarious. Hit that thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And yes, I got the computer and stuff set up over here today because I had to get on. Remember, we talked about this before, right? I did the interview with the Wall Street Journal. Well, I got the laptop out, my cam's out, the professional microphone up, and I'm doing a interview with the Wall Street Journal, specifically over dealers like this. And I think I'm going to go into detail about Napelton. Yep.